really fresh mind, bright, co-arising mind, co-arising thoughts, feelings. This so tender, sometimes so tender. If there is a bit of sadness or any emotion, just really be aware that it shine, let your awareness shine upon these emotions, just reaching for the light. Just shine the light on the field of where you usually feel the emotions. Realizing all these emotions are like flowers, like sadness is the flower of love. How beautiful. Welcome, welcome all emotions. Sit in trust and confidence that healing is here. Feel some gratitude arise that you have awoken to this intent of healing. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey Terry.
Good morning.
Hi Sally.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome everybody. So yeah, relaxing. It's interesting how the word tension is in attention. So I'm going to have to mute everyone. So just rest attention and see if you unveil just the brightness of being. Just starting with the I am. That's perfectly profound. Maybe not Sochen or non-dual or anything like that, but just arriving in the I am, and the I that I am knows that I am is quite something. Already shifting into a higher mode of awareness perception. When consciousness shifts into a higher mode of awareness perception, the sense of self dissolves as a fixed point in space and time. I'm quoting something I read, that one. I wish I could tell you who it was. I'm not good at that. So, but just feel into that. Dissolves the self as a fixed point in space and time. So immediately identify the timelessness of awareness because of its constancy. Always right with us, always right with us. Just being the space of being will set the intent to awaken for the benefit of all beings. I want to say it, we develop creative wisdom and love, but we actually, I think a better word is we nurture our already ever-present free flow of creative wisdom and love. Just kind of feeling into the ever-presence of that potentiality, feeling that in your heart. When we bring up that wish, I wish to awaken for the benefit of all beings. Really feel what that really means, not being overwhelmed by it. Just setting the intent. So we can nurture our creative wisdom as compassion and sympathetic joy and care, the ecstasy of being, just really coming home into our beingness. How beautiful is that? And the maturation of all these positive emotions and intentions is that they wish to be shared. That's where it becomes profound. And we don't have to know someone very well to appreciate their goodness or their kindness, or at least their kindness potentiality, if they're not so good at expressing their innate compassion. We'll wait for you. We don't even have to know them at all, or even like them, to know their goodness. I bow to the goodness in all beings, especially to those on this call with your beautiful intent. Just simply appreciating the beautiful goodness of those on this call with us right now. May you all be happy. May you all be peaceful. May you all be safe. So don't allow any limiting beliefs or any implicit or explicit fears get in the way of your beautiful, playful heart. Let's take a breath. And just place your awareness in your heart. Just let it descend from its usual space, the office, and bring it on home. Is this a misdirection of awareness? Awareness originates in the Hridayam, the heart area. Just shine from there. So like I said, nurturing love. Love is a late development or a late arising in our evolutionary development. So we nurture it. Just taking refuge in the way things are, while being in the flow of being. So we identify the right with usness of awareness, its ever presence, its constancy. It appears to fluctuate in time, but that's just the movement of mind. Just come to rest in that ever shining of being. And when we feel into the dissolving of the self as a fixed point in space and time, that's the unveiling or the awakening of our natural state. Because what remains? So we can do a quick investigation if you want to close your eyes and first feel into just the totality imprint, the mosaic of what it feels like to be me. Just notice a bit of a tightness in the chest area or anywhere in the lower part of the upper body. Just really look into if there's any separate identity there. Just really look into the the physical presence of it. See if you find any real substance there. And notice the more you can come from awareness and pay attention for a moment, bring attention back and look through the field of the body and see if you can find any substantial coagulation of being, which, like an identity or that self. Notice how it just keeps dissolving upon closer investigation. Just look throughout the whole body, from the toes to the hair. Just kind of go like, or wherever you feel a little bit of a presence that feels more like an identity, a separateness, often also behind the eyes. You can look there. And wherever you find a location where you usually place this sense of agency in the world, just go deeper and deeper into it, past all the most the smallest particles and atoms and cells, and go deeper and deeper, and notice ultimately end back in what remains, knowing space, spacious presence. And then you can kind of look into the collage of thoughts without looking anyone in specific. Or you can maybe just not even see the thoughts, but feel kind of their potentiality. They just like shimmer in the teachings. They call that the winds, the lung, on which the energy on which the thoughts move. They have directionality. They come and they go. They might linger. So when we start becoming really present, and we are already present upon arising of the thought, and we catch them by the nose, we even get to a place where thought is known before arising. We start becoming so sensitive and so discerning that we can feel the energy, the wind on which they travel. So let's take a really deep breath and be the space of awareness, like a sphere, like maybe still kind of a local sphere, like beyond the boundaries of the anatomy. And be really discerning to see if you can feel into the subtle energies that carry the stories, our historical biographical energy, and that of our family, our ancestors, our tribe, the collective energies. Don't look at the specifics. Little shards of thoughts may come forth, but just feel the energy and realize that even the most mundane or profound or apparently not very healing thoughts are ultimately all the energy of primordial wisdom. And whatever energy you feel today in the field of your being in this world, of you as the Buddha in this world, the awakened one, is the perfect circumstance for your awakening. So don't try to understand what the energies are. Just be. Just be it and let it flow. Just allow it truly to go by itself. Just let whatever arises arise and dissolve. Enough. Now we can clearly discern the difference between thoughts, feelings, emotions, and perceptions, and the subtle energies of being. Maybe with its psychological and karmic propensities. Just let it all be. Let it heal itself by itself from within itself. And notice what remains. Beautiful, bright, loving, awakened awareness. So please, on behalf of all beings, be the presence of luminous, awakened, spacious, loving awareness knowingly. And from that sweet, open, free, the space of freedom perspective, we say, may all beings possess happiness and the inner causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the inner causes of suffering. May all beings remain undivided from the sacred joy which is free from suffering. May all beings come to rest in great peace and equanimity beyond attachment and aversion to friends, enemies, or strangers. So now just sit in the continuity of the knowing of the natural state. So please bless us that we may come to recognize the nature of mind, the natural state. Sit in the continuity of the knowing of being. Just allow awareness to be self-contented. Let's refresh with a breath. Really fresh mind, bright. There you go. Just brighten the mind. Simultaneous mind. Co-arising mind. Co-arising thoughts, feelings. This so tender, sometimes so tender. If there is a bit of sadness or any emotion, just really be aware that it shine. Let your awareness shine upon these emotions, just reaching for the light, wishing to be seen. Maybe some subtle energies below it, the energies that I spoke about earlier. Just even if you don't even feel the energies, just shine the light on the field of where you usually feel the emotions. Realizing all these emotions are like flowers, like sadness is the flower of love. How beautiful. Welcome, welcome all emotions. Just sit in trust and confidence that healing is here. And feel some gratitude arise that you have awoken to this intent of healing. And the most profound healing is of that is gratitude. Thank you, so I may know this space of healing. And then again, it wishes to be shared. No matter whatever tenderness you feel, realize that an ocean of beings is feeling the same. May your tenderness be the guide to the healing of all those that feel like you do. And if today you're feeling particularly spacious and blissy and automatically grateful, just really feel that gratitude. So if you are being a blissy space yogi, take a breath again and don't hold too tight. Just flow out. So now boundless awareness from the heart up through the eyes instead of the apparent like the world out there and I'm sending out sonar or radar and bring back information. See it as the other way around, as if whatever arises in the apparent inner or outer sphere is being projected from the heart. Be the light in the projector of the story of your life in all directions. to shine the light of the apparent manifestation of your sphere of being. So see if you can know your thoughts and whatever appears in the field of being from the more open field. So then it's the original boundless wakefulness. It's not without thought, it's free from thought. It's not without emotion, it's free from emotion. So yet everything is vividly known. So this is the original wakefulness. The original wakeful awareness, including the experience of my awareness. Wherever you feel a little bit of my, or me, or I, that's a little bit of a contraction too, but welcome. Welcome, I am. So no attempt at all to be free from thought, or be without thought, yet free from thought. It would be a fake and dull state. Purifying and liberating all contraction, all movement. The word Sangha, the translation in Tibetan of Buddha, also often translated as purified perfection, which is not a destination. It's the stream, a stream of purifying being. The view is awareness knowing its own boundless wholeness. The view is Longchen Rabhyam, the infinite vast expanse, knowingly, lovingly. Brighten the mind. Just shine. Don't allow any dullness to creep in. Don't have to push for brightness. Relax into brightness. Relax into excellence. Please identify the shimmering immediacy and sit in the relaxed continuity of that identification. So, whatever sequence of thoughts got you to be distracted right now or earlier or later, really letting it dissolve, returning to the awakened view, and then repeat that same thought pattern without dimming of awakened awareness. Right? Because quite possibly that thought is one of your favorite, most seductive thought patterns. Do that throughout the day too. Oh, I was really lost on that one. Then usually we come back to awareness. It's like, whew, here I am again. But then there is your practice right there. It came up for a reason. See if you can do it without disappearing. So you quite possibly know a theme that is very seductive for you to really fall into the daydream. So this is like real meticulous wisdom daydreaming right now, the healing wisdom daydreaming, deliberate healing. And if that sequence of thoughts and feelings is particularly tender, we're right here with you. This is the place to do it. You're safe. And I bow to you for your courageous stance in this incredible tenderness of being human. Even if right now maybe you don't feel so tender and you're quite stable in your brightness, we all know this tenderness. Then use your stable position you have today to hold others more profoundly. So not interfering in the flow of experience, not resisting. It changes the feel and interpretation of who we are. So that basic perception and separation of self and other shifts and dissolves and liberates. Once the gateway to the loving wisdom energies has been opened, just trust and sit back. Allow it to heal. And now share What a beautiful life purpose to bring consciousness into the world. And you all are serious yogis and keep returning to this mind space and to the Sangha. You are the light of consciousness. You are the change that the world needs. And protect the gains. Protect the gains by expanding the frequency of awareness, of the light of consciousness. Really set the intent. Let's take a breath together. And set that promise and intent right now. I wish to really, really awaken. And like in other wisdom traditions, one day at a time, one thought at a time. Yeah, all beings completely enlightened. Just one thought at a time, one emotion. Let it flow, come in the light of consciousness. And protecting the gains is also watching out for the emotional viruses of the collective. Don't expose yourself unnecessarily to social media unless you're there with a healing purpose. Even if you have awakened awareness and a measure of immunity, you still would not want to expose yourself to a virus deliberately. So keep yourself in healing environments, and therefore thank you for being with us. On behalf of all beings, I thank you for coming to this place. Beautiful. Thank you.